Divorce happens. In fact, it happens to almost 50% of first marriages. So let's talk about it. Welcome to Divorce Happens, a podcast to educate, inspire, support, and yes, make you laugh through divorce and beyond so that you can start fresh on the next phase of your journey. Remember, divorce happens, and then we start fresh.
You get divorced. You get divorced.
Getting divorced?
I'm getting a divorce.
You're getting a divorce.
Because she's getting a divorce.
So what if I get divorced?
Welcome to Divorce Happens, the show where we support you before, during, and after divorce with education, inspiration, and a little bit of laughter. Because as you know, divorce happens, and then you start fresh. I'm Olivia Howell, and I'm here coming at you today with a quick solo episode. Just you and me to talk through something I know so many people face during divorce. Let's get started. There's a kind of grief in divorce that people don't talk about. The grief not for the marriage you had, but for the marriage you thought you would have, for the future you imagined, for the version of the life that lived in your mind for years. Divorce grief isn't just sadness about what's ending. It's mourning the entire storyline you built around this partnership, the traditions you thought you'd create, the holidays you envisioned, the way you pictured growing old with someone, the version of your family that lived in your heart long before reality cracked it open. This grief is complicated because some days you're grieving the relationship and other days you're grieving the fantasy, the one you held on to long after the relationship stopped feeling like home. There's also grief for who you were when you walked into that marriage. Grief for the younger version of yourself who believed wholeheartedly that love would protect you, that effort would fix things, that being easy, accommodating, patient, understanding, forgiving, and flexible would somehow guarantee safety. Divorce grief is also layered with invisible losses. The loss of inside jokes, the loss of shared routines, the loss of being part of a pair at social gatherings, the loss of saying we, the loss of being known in the specific way someone knows you after years of daily life together, even if that knowing wasn't always so tender. And then there's the grief no one warns you about. The grief that appears even when leaving is the healthiest choice. You can know deep in your bones that the marriage wasn't good for you and still mourn it. Clarity does not cancel grief. Strength does not erase sadness. Every ending comes with a ghost. People also feel grief for the timeline they imagined. The kids at a certain age, the milestones celebrated together, the family photos that never got to happen, the life events you imagined unfolding the way they should in your mind. It is deeply human to mourn the loss of a dream. And here's the most important truth. Grief is not evidence that you made the wrong decision. Grief is evidence that you are human and that you loved and hoped and tried. The grief of divorce comes in waves. Some days it's sharp, some days it's quiet, some days it surprises you while you're chopping vegetables or folding laundry or scrolling through photos you forgot you saved. But grief is not the end of the story. Grief is the bridge between what was and what will be. You are not grieving because you failed. You are grieving because you are brave enough to tell the truth and brave enough to let go of something that no longer held you with care. That is not weakness. That is evolution. Thanks for spending these few minutes with me. Remember, you deserve support. You deserve clarity, and you deserve to rebuild a life that feels like yours. If you need more guidance, visit freshstartsregistry.com for free resources, vetted experts, and ways to feel less alone. As always, you can send me a DM at Olivia Howell on Instagram. I'll see you next time. Divorce Happens is produced by Fresh Starts Registry, the only divorce registry platform for everything you need to begin again, including home items, hype team, and everything in between. Remember, divorce happens, and then we start fresh. We're here to support you before, during, and after divorce. Head to freshstartsregistry.com for more info.